I dare you to become a minimalist. Today, you will understand why so many people are converting to being a minimalist, and my goal with this video is to convince you to become one as well. Not many people know much about being a minimalist, but it is a principle many people hold it to their hearts and see amazing changes in their lives thanks to it. The Stoic philosophy founders, which are Zeno, Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, followed a highly minimalistic lifestyle. Highly recognized people such as Steve Jobs, Albert Einstein, Leonardo da Vinci, Mark Zuckerberg, Sam Ovens, Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, and many others also follow this way of living. Is there actually a reason for it? I can boldly say that it didn't come naturally to them. With the consumer society we have, it is very difficult to lead such a life. And all of the people I mentioned before went through all the struggles of being a minimalist. So they adopted that lifestyle proactively and not reactively. They chose being a minimalist before being a consumerist. So what does it really mean to be a minimalist? A minimalist lifestyle is a way of living with less clutter and more purpose, focusing on what matters most in life. As an example, so that you can understand better what it really means, a truly minimalist person doesn't own these things. Seasonal decorations, so that they don't store something they use only once a year. Exercise equipment, instead of using yoga mats and treadmills and similar equipment, they just train in a minimalistic way. Special event clothes, for the same reason as the seasonal decorations. Iron and ironing board. If they want something to not look wrinkly, they just let it dry on a flat surface. Bookshelves, instead they would use boxes to keep the books in it as a distraction away from eyesight. In my case, I do the same right now. I implemented this trick not long ago. Floor mats. Why use floor mats when you don't really need them and they get pretty dirty? Sofa. As humans, we don't really need a sofa. Trash cans. Instead, they would just hang a trash bag on the wall. A TV. Why do you need a TV? To watch the news? I hope you're getting the idea of what a minimalist is. And now the question becomes, why should you be one? Why do I dare you to become a minimalist? The reality is that there are no downsides to it, and I really mean what I say. Yes, it may be hard, but in the long term, it would be the best decision you ever made in your life, becoming a minimalist. If I had to guess what would someone complain about while transitioning into being a minimalist, they would say that it has three big disadvantages. Social pressure, because once people see you trying to do something good for yourself at once, they will try to drag you down to where they are right now. People will judge you and they will throw many incentives at you for you not to be a minimalist. Limited personalization. You will own and do less things, therefore you will have less with which you will identify yourself with. And limited convenience. Since you live a more simple lifestyle, then you would have to say no to many things and many activities which are convenient to you. But if we decompose those disadvantages, it becomes obvious that they aren't really negatives to being a minimalist. As for social pressure, we shouldn't really care what others say or think about us. I believe everyone understands that to here. So it is not a disadvantage. As for limited personalization, it is true that you have less things with which you identify yourself with, but it isn't such a big deal. You can still maintain your style while being a minimalist, and if you find it difficult, then with a little mental work it will become easy to overcome. And as for limited convenience, I would say that this is the biggest reason why someone would not be a minimalist. And I agree, if you don't have a sofa with a TV or you don't have a shower mat, it becomes quite uncomfortable. But in reality, firstly, we have as humans the mental malleability which helps us adapt to such circumstances. And secondly, unless you are a hedonist who believes that we're here on earth to enjoy ourselves to the fullest because life has no meaning, you as a human shouldn't really seek for convenience. I am talking here with the Stoic principles in mind. So if you are really a hedonist and believe that you have to enjoy yourself to the fullest, this video isn't for you. Because according to the Stoics, we, as humans, need very little to live with. It is true that life has no meaning, but we have the opportunity to give meaning ourselves to it. And the Stoic meaning of life says that we, as humans, must live in accordance with nature and the Logos. Remember, being a minimalist means living with less clutter and more purpose, focusing on what matters most. Up to here, I have reasoned why minimalist has no downsides. So the only reason for you not to try it out is because you don't believe in this type of lifestyle, or you're just too lazy to try it out. And I talked about the downsides. What about the upsides of being a minimalist? If I had to mention them all, this video would literally have no ending. Because if you transition into being a minimalist, it will benefit you in the direct, obvious things, but through that you will get the ball rolling, and there are many indirect benefits that make it unreasonable not to become one. If you want to know the benefits of being a minimalist, just run a Google search and you will find many sites that go from 10 to 100 benefits each. And in this video, I will only mention the ones I believe are the most important ones. Surely and obviously, you will benefit financially because you will have to spend less. You will benefit in mental health because you will have less to worry about. You will benefit with peace of mind for the same reason. You will benefit with having more space, with having to clean less, with fewer lost objects, etc. There are many benefits you can get from it, but the three most important ones are this: purpose, productivity, focus. If you got up to here in this video, you probably agree with that we ought to have a purpose in our life. So being a minimalist is a major benefit for your purpose. The reason for it is because you will constantly think in terms of what is most important for you right now, in every situation. And with that type of thinking, you will say no to distractions and yes to your purpose. Thanks to it, you will make enormous progress towards your purpose in your life. If you want to have that ideal physique of yours, it will become reality faster. If you want your first 10K in business, they will be real faster. If you want to find your ideal partner, it will become easier. Being a minimalist will speed up your life massively, and the people who aren't are just living life in slow motion. Therefore, they will fall far shorter once they die. As for the second and third upsides of being a minimalist, productivity and focus, it is pretty much the same. Once you convert to a minimalist, you will own less material things, you will do less activities, and you will run less thoughts through your mind. And all of that so that you can own only what is important, so that you can do only what matters most, and so that you think about less things and only about the important ones. Being a minimalist will not only boost your life, but it will also boost your productivity and focus due to less distractions. And all of this will boost up your results and confidence. And as I already said, it will help you live life at higher speed. As Tony Robbins says, progress equals happiness. Therefore, being a minimalist is happiness. And you may ask yourself, how do I transition into a minimalist? Pretty easy. Gladly, I have made a 4-step process that you could follow in order to become a minimalist. Step 1. Clean up everything. In your house, go with a trash bag and put in it all the things you don't really need. Start with your clothes, then with your shelves and drawers, through your desk, up to literally every single corner in your house. Also, clean up your phone and computers. Make your home screens minimalistic. Turn off all notifications. Uninstall all unused apps. Organize every file in them. And then clean up everything else I haven't mentioned yet. The goal with this task is to get rid of all unnecessary things you own. Step 2. Optimize. Optimize your time usage, your diet, your habits. This step is more directed towards your actions and your energy. The goal here is to make life as easy as possible so that you can truly focus on what's most important. Optimize your life. Step 3. Replace. Once you go through the first 2 steps, I recommend replacing the current things you have for more minimalistic ones. You can get rid of the shirts you have and buy 3 pair of shirts with different colors of them. The same with pants, socks, underwear, and everything. Replace the tools you use for new ones, more minimalistic. You can minimize your bed, your towels, your culinary tools, etc. Replace the necessary things for more optimal ones. And step 4, repeat. Remember, if you're going to become a minimalist, you don't want to be a half-assed one. If you're committing to it, then commit to it fully, without cutting corners. So this step is crucial, because the first time you go through this process, it will not be perfect on the first try. You must constantly go through these 4 steps without never ending. Only that way you will experience the true benefits of being a minimalist. Give minimalism a try. You won't regret it, believe me. So that would be all. Thanks for watching, subscribe, read the description to learn more, and stay tuned, baby.